It gives you a lot of energy when you're doing something new, you're learning. We are learning from the people we interview, we're learning from the photographers on the work they do. It's a huge learning experience, and it's really rewarding. I mean, I enjoy every single moment of what we do.
After the interview, we will find a photographer because we have quite a few photographers, and we will try to match one of the photographers to the interviewee. We will tell the photographer the stories of the interviewee. Sometimes the photographer will be interested in joining the interview as well. So some of them will be in the interview. So they will talk to the interviewee directly and see what's the best place that they want to be captured. It can be in their office, their home, or like a space or a place that they love very much in Hong Kong. Because we want to have this communication between photographer and interviewer as well as like a collaborative work. We don't want to limit anything of their creativity. So they will discuss and we will on site and do the assistant. So third part will be the taking photos part. So we'll be there and we'll make sure that people are happy and relaxed. Photographer will usually warm up and chat with the interviewer to make sure they relax enough. And usually Oscar and I will be the ones who assist and hold the lights. So we're right now like a professional lighting assistant. Yeah. So at the same time, we also make friends with them. Like we catch up with the interviews and we'll also see what we can do, what we can do next. And sometimes we'll have lunch and dinner together. So it's like super fun.
Well, we're arranging for this photo shoot of Wendell. He's from Suriname, in the middle of the Amazon. So he comes from a tribe in the Amazon, and he came to Hong Kong. He's selling his own Amazonian products. So we want to capture these roots that he has from the tribe in the middle of the forest, and his evolution to come to Hong Kong, and how he became a businessman in Hong Kong. So we're trying different angles on how we can portray that better. We want to see the personality of the person in the portraits. Well, I mean, we're doing a photo book, so the quality of the portraits is very important. So we want to attract people's attention to see something beautiful, and as a way of getting into read the stories, being curious about the stories. So what we do is we do the interview one time and the photo shoot another time, so we can brief the photographer and we can think of different ways to do this photo shoot, so it's more representative of the person.
My name is Wendell. I'm Wendell Paulus. I'm from Suriname. That's a country in South America, in the Amazon region of South America. And I've been in Hong Kong for the last almost 5 years. Well, Suriname is a very small country. It is a very culturally diverse country. The population is just around 600,000. We are at the northern border of Brazil, and basically between Brazil and the Atlantic Ocean, French Guiana and Guyana. We are a former Dutch colony, and Dutch is the official language. Besides that, we have multiple languages that we speak. And myself, I'm part of a tribe in the Amazon, and we have our own language, which is like one of the tens of languages that we have in the Amazon region there, Israel.
My name is Bradley Aaron, and I've been a photographer for many, many years. I don't even know exactly when I started. For me, it's a way to connect with people, which is a big part of why I'm doing this project with Dear Hong Kong.
I think so, because they are very curious also about the people, so they connect with them. I think that's very important. So you spend some time talking to the person, and then you get to know the person a little bit better, and then the real personality of the person comes up, and that's the magic moment that we want to capture.
There is no consistent style of the photos because we are working with a lot of photographers and we are trying to have a diversity of work as well. But then one of the main things that we want to do is to show the stories from the photo. So if people are not interested in reading the story from the photo, they can see that, oh, this is somehow they can see the story from the photo, and maybe this will attract them to read the quote and the stories in the book.
And for me, I think it's a way to give back to Hong Kong, to be able to do something that connects me with more people in the city from different places. It's just an excellent way to be in touch with more people and really get to know another side. It's very similar to some of the work that I've done. I work in the Himalayan areas throughout, so like Bhutan and then the Tibetan Plateau. And we do a lot of work there on cultural documentation. So part of that is actually doing interviews and profiles on people. So it's something that I feel very comfortable with.
Well, exciting. It was exciting to hear when Oscar told me. I find it a very interesting project. I mean, as someone coming from a culturally diverse country, it's amazing, you know, I think it's a great thing that he's helping people connecting or creating a platform where different people from different culture, different background can connect and also shed a light on how diverse Hong Kong is, even though, you know, maybe on the street you wouldn't see that, but it's amazing to you know, get the opportunity to tell my story as well. I'm happy to do that. I mean, on one hand, it's like it's a great opportunity for me to tell my story. You know, like because it's not like every day you get someone like someone from the tribe in the Amazon to come here and share the story and the lifestyle of people in the Amazon. So I think for me it's amazing that I get to tell the story of my people. I get to showcase and be part of this. It's like it's an amazing thing.
After the photo shoot session, we'll be doing the writing. So we need to do the transcription of the interview. We'll have to kind of type it out word by word, the interview, by some of our volunteers as well, and then we will do the write-up. So after the write-up of the stories, we will have translators who will help us to translate the stories. We have also quite a lot of translators who are helping us right now. We will, I'm usually the one who asks who is available. So if certain people are available and I feel like the translation style is quite suitable for the certain stories, then I will send it.
Oh, I'm Hillary. I am a translator and responsible for project management in Dear Hong Kong. First of all, English is an international language and Hong Kong is a city with a diversity of people. We are all bilingual, so we thought a book with dual language would be more accessible to both foreigners, the foreigner community in Hong Kong, and also the local ones. One of the greatest feeling I have for this project or from all the stories is that actually all of us, regardless of our nationalities, we love Hong Kong. Like from stories, we have a very, very common theme of how much they like Hong Kong, hence they're doing what they're doing in Hong Kong. For example, we know how like people who was from Ukraine who spent like 20 years of her life in Hong Kong already. So if you do not love or like staying in one place, how would you spend so much time? It's like a quarter of your life in Hong Kong. We actually have 150 nationalities in Hong Kong, and some of them you wouldn't even know they exist. Even the country itself is very hard for everybody to know. So from this book, we actually found that, wow, there's 150 nationalities actually in Hong Kong, and they do exist. It's an exploration for myself and the entire community, actually.
Well, I was blown away by the response and by the excitement, like just sharing. You know, when you go to a party and people ask you, like, what do you do? And you normally say, okay, I'm an accountant, I'm a lawyer, whatever you talk about your occupation. When I talk to people, I told them, okay, this is what I want to do. And then I could see the engagement, and people were very, very supportive on the idea. And also talking to some people in my network, they really liked it, especially when I met Egi, the co-founder of the project. She had a similar idea, and then we decided to do it.
Well, Oscar is a friend of mine, so.
Oscar found me, I believe, through Instagram, and when I met him, he was just very sincere and had what I thought was an excellent idea for really showcasing the diversity in Hong Kong, especially at a time when there's a lot of divisions within Hong Kong society.
So I met Oscar at an event called Creative Mornings, and he was introducing the project then, and he expressed that he was looking for a designer to look after the design aspect of the Hong Kong. And so I contacted him later on to tell him that I'm a designer, that I would be up for giving it a go and seeing if we could work together.
I think we meet people from different, with different opinions, but I would say the majority of people, they have this sense of belonging and they really want to give back. I think that's the theme that we find. People want to give back to the city that gave them a lot when they came. It's a very welcoming city. Everybody feels like they can belong here easily. And yeah, I think there's a strong sentiment of people wanting to give back to the city. And actually that is one of the core values of our project. So myself, I came here 9 years ago. I want to give back to the city that I feel is a home. Actually with the $10,000 that the government is giving out for permanent residents, I will give them to this project automatically, because I feel like, and I feel everybody should do that, like giving back to the city whatever way they can, because it's, I think the city has been giving us a lot. Well, I guess there will be like very obvious things like the safety of the city. I mentioned the kindness of people here, but also the convenience of a place that you can easily integrate with. Everything is very efficient. There's little bureaucracy. Food is amazing. So we find different reasons, but it may also be the non-judgment of people to whoever comes here is welcome.
And also, I think the book is just a start of our project. Book is just like a medium that we try to start this project. We want to do exhibition in public libraries and free space to get stories into the locals, because we know that locals might not buy books. Usually they watch TV videos or e-books. So we want to get it out to as many people as possible. So the impact part is actually the exhibition instead of the book. So right now we are doing this crowdfunding, trying to fundraise for the book production, but also on the exhibition cost. And also we want to try to do it as educational material that we can donate to schools, so schools can use our book to show students of like the diversity of Hong Kong and different people in Hong Kong. I think the next big thing after the book will be the exhibitions that we want to do. So the first exhibition we want to do in our public libraries, because we can get stories into locals, especially people in like maybe children's and elderlies who will never read this book in the bookshop. And so we really hope that, because this book is a bilingual book, we hope that the words can get into their minds and maybe spark some curiosity of them in different cultures, and also break some stereotypes of what they have in certain countries or nationalities.
I think this opens different doors of things that we could be doing in terms of sharing different cultures in Hong Kong. So it could potentially be a platform for people to share things about their cultures in Hong Kong. So maybe organizing activities that are related to sharing of one of these individual cultures. We don't know yet, but yeah, there are plenty of possibilities we see.
First of all, we're actually very grateful for the volunteers who contribute their effort in this project. We have over 50 volunteers from 20 nationalities that devote their effort, their time, and even ideas into how this project can be conducted. And apart from that, we're actually we just launched a crowdfunding campaign, hoping to get funding for the book itself, for the exhibition, for later. And also, anything that is related to the entire project, we would hope to raise some money from the crowdfunding campaign. Oh, the crowdfunding is going well and is finishing actually very soon. So the response has been pretty positive as we share on Facebook, on Instagram, and different social media. People that have positive comments, have their donations, and also we would actually invite them to share to their network. So at this point, it's going positive, but we really encourage more people to devote whatever idea, contribution, and even money into it. So this project can achieve more than just a book and exhibition. It could be an education, it could be a change of mindset. So yeah, that's the higher goal of the project.
I think the diversity of Hong Kong,
there has to be a middle ground between those.
Yeah,
so it should be the balance between having your differences and becoming a whole society. So having the different colors, but at the same time being united. So from one group to try to adapt more to the local customs, but also for the local people to be more open to this diversity. And actually, if we manage to get people, when they see somebody different, instead of the first reaction being, oh, you're so different, I try to stay away, the reaction should be, oh, you're so different, I want to learn. Because I know that knowing about you, it will make me grow. And that's the beauty of being open to different people. Because they will see them as somebody that is very close to them. It's somebody that is helping their pregnant teenagers or their homeless people or any other people in the society, or is working in their entertainment. So they will clearly see that in their everyday life, there's so many foreigners behind that are actually making the society what it is. And so I think that realization will make people's thoughts change and be more open. Well, honestly speaking, it was started out of passion. So I didn't foresee or even thought about how long it was going to take. It was more the willingness to make it possible. So in a way, like being guided by this intuition, you meet a lot of people along the way that help you to make this dream come true. So I feel I was so lucky to have got involved with all these people. Without them, it couldn't have been possible.
I really enjoy it. At some point, I told Oscar that I don't mind doing this full time if I get paid forever. So that's how much I enjoy it.
Yes, I mean it's a total enjoyment. It has been a quite interesting year for Hong Kong, but and it has naturally impacted our progress. But it's a total delight. I think talking to different people, the volunteers, the interviewees, the research we do, how many things we learn about Hong Kong, it's a total pleasure. So yes, we're super happy on how things are going. It's taking longer than we thought it would take, but yeah, we're almost there. So I think it's totally worth, for me, it's not an easy decision to step out of the corporate ladder and trying to achieve more. It's also very important to find meaning in what you're doing. The final meaning is not only about making money, it's about doing something that you really feel proud of, and you want to, and you're changing something. And so in this case, I'm super happy to have made that decision. And now, I mean, I don't have any income, but my happiness levels have increased dramatically since that time.
But then we are at the different age of life, so we have different choices. I guess for Oscar, it's definitely a very good way to explore different things and try to find his own happiness as well, and try to do different projects. For me, I can't really quit my job, but then I love my job, but then at the same time, I'm happy that I'm engaged in another project that I really enjoy as well.
From my experience and from what I hear in the interviews and my network of friends, people do believe that it's such a nice place to be so far. I think because one of the areas that I think we are revisiting with this book is the Hong Kong identity. So what makes Hong Kong so diverse? What are the foundations of Hong Kong? And we have seen that there's so much diversity in the Hong Kong society since the very beginning of the existence of the city, and that is something that makes the city special. And that could probably one of the things that keep people here, because it's so ingrained in the society from the very beginning that it feels comfortable for people visiting and staying. Well, I guess there are not so many other cities in the world that respect is so big. I cannot imagine many other places in the world that people respect each other. And that could be an obvious thing if you have been living here all your life.